Alrighty. Alright, welcome back. I think we're actually near the end of this. Torture device. Yeah. Last time we left off on Kyoko becoming young. And now I'm ready to delve into. Yeah, but I think we're nearly done. We have this, and then we have the other things. So yeah, this turned out to be probably a three-parter, so fun. But it's whatever. I might as well rate this. So yeah, let's continue. Did you find something you liked? Makoto asked as he set the plates for dinner. Kyoko walked towards the kitchen light a bit shyly. I thought this was comfortable to wear, Kyoko said quietly. Does it suit me? Makoto's heart jumped for a moment from his teenage wife's appearance. He covered half of his face in order to hide his blushing face. Oh, these guys are gonna be on him. Ugh, God. It looks really good on you, Makoto replied. Thank you. The two shared a quiet meal together. Kyoko read a book for a while before getting up to get another book. Kyoko, I prepared the bath for you. How about you go take a bath? I will do that. I'll do just that then. Kyoko said as she made her way towards the bathroom. Kyoko soon came out to the kitchen for some milk after her bath. Kyoko, your hair is still wet, Makoto noted. Yeah, I did not know what the hairdryer was. Please come here, Makoto ordered. Where? Right here, Makoto said as he pointed towards his lap. Kyoko obediently sat on Makoto's lap as he dried her hair with a towel. You can draw that. I could dry my hair by myself. I want to do it. For these past few days, I've been drying off Kiri-chan's hair like this. Now that she is gone, I feel a bit lonely.
Don't.
We are practically the same person. It has become a bit of the passing joy for me now. I hope you do not mind if I do this for you. I don't mind. The two began watching a few comedy shows. Makoto went flipping through the channels and suddenly got in the middle of a kissing scene when he dropped the remote. An air of awkwardness went through the air before Makoto turned off the television. Where should I be sleeping? Kyoko asked. Where? Kyoko and I usually sleep together in the same bed. Kyoko's cheeks became flushed. I see. You made out the bed, Kyoko. Where will you be sleeping? I will just sleep somewhere else. Kyoko grabbed Makoto's chair from behind. Sleeping in an unfamiliar place alone makes me feel uneasy. I ask that you accompany me in the night as well. Makoto gulped some saliva down his throat. Yeah, I don't like this is going. If you don't mind. Kyoko got in bed before Makoto did. Good night, Makoto. Good night, Kyoko. Makoto woke up in the middle of the night and saw that Kyoko was still sleeping peacefully. He pulled the blankets upwards to cover her shoulders before going back to bed again. When morning came, Makoto woke up early and began preparing breakfast for them both. Since you're older now, you can probably better care of yourself. I took some time off to take care of Kiri-chan. I need to go back to work. Can you take care of the house for me? Makoto asked. Of course, I am not a child, Kyoko said standoffishly. That's right, Makoto said as he scratched his cheek. I apologize about that then. See you later then. I will cook some food for you when I get back. So let's have some dinner together. Wait, Kyoko said. Wrapped her scarf around Makoto's neck. You forgot your scarf, but here, it's supposed to get colder later. Make sure not to catch a cold. Thank you for handing my scarf, Kyoko. Kyoko said as he unknowingly kissed Kyoko's cheek as if it were the most natural thing ever. You can go ahead and you can draw this one too. Kyoko's cheeks flamed up. Makoto! Makoto soon came back to his senses. The girl before him was indeed his wife. At the same time, she was not. I apologize. I forgot that you're Kyoko right now. Please forgive me. We are married. This should be normal. I do not want to adjust too much to my current state. I'm still your wife, no matter what. Kyoko said blushingly. Did the person who write this just fucking dose, just fucking like ate 3 doses of fucking of marijuana and then snorted a line of cocaine when he wrote this. He or she. Kyoko Makoto stared at his young wife's blushing face. It had been a while since he had last saw his wife flustered. The change was refreshing, and he was welcoming the change of arms. Makoto soon developed a mischievous thought, looking at the bashful young Kyoko. It is a bit embarrassing to say this since you have lost your memories, but Kyoko and I usually share a kiss before we leave for work. Makoto said smoothly. They would share a light kiss on the cheek occasionally, but in no way was it a daily routine. I see. Makoto felt content at watching the young Kyoko get a few shades better. I suppose I should go now. Makoto said as he stared at his watch. Makoto had a lot of time before he would have had to go to work. He was honestly still adapting young Kyoko and did not feel particularly safe about leaving her alone in their apartment. As Makoto's hand grabbed the door handle, Kyoko asked softly, "Is it absolutely necessary?" Makoto turned towards her with a surprised expression. He was not expecting this kind of a development. Makoto held Kyoko in his arms and whispered in his ear, "I desperately need it." Kyoko's ears picked up on the slightly cool air coming from Makoto's breath when he was talking and caused her body to shiver. "Don't talk so close to my ear, it feels strange." "My apologies," Makoto said as he separated from her ear and placed his face greatly close to her. Kyoko closed her eyes and kissed Makoto's cheek. "There." Makoto's heart leapt with joy. "I'll be going now then. Have a good day at work." Uh, what is this? While at home alone, Kyoko began cleaning around but found that the house was nearly spotless, so she found her activities even more limited than she thought it would be. When Makoto came back, he brought some mystery novels and some games that they could play together on his game console and slept together at night. I am concerned. Makoto clung to Kyoko in his sleep and caused her to wake up. "It's tight, Makoto." He's asleep, Kyoko guessed. Makoto said softly in his sleep with a pained expression. Kyoko felt a small pang in her heart. "I'm sorry that I'm not the one you are looking for," Kyoko said as she caressed Makoto's head. I feel that. I didn't even want to look at y'all's thoughts on that. Yeah. Kyoko woke up quite early and went to making breakfast. Sounds like her in her house peak days. Upon waking up early in the morning, Makoto saw that his left side had remained empty. Makoto rushed out of the room only to find Kyoko in the kitchen making food. "Makoto? Kyoko, there you are. I was worried," Makoto said as he slumped to the ground. "I do not know what you are worried about, but seeing you like this means that you must have enough vigor for an appetite. I made some onions from the fridge. Would you like some breakfast?" "You made some?" "I did. Was that wrong of me?" Makoto smiled as he sat at the dining table. "No, I am glad that you did. Shall we eat together?" The two shared a hot meal of eggs benedict on top of a bagel with a small salmon center. "How is it?" Kyoko asked while slightly nervous, twitching her body. "It is delicious, I see. Uh, I am going to work now," Makoto said as he told Kyoko at the door. Have a good day at work then," Kyoko said as he kissed Makoto's cheek and moved slightly back from embarrassment. Makoto pulled her back and brought his lips to hers. "I'll be back soon," Kyoko stared back dazedly. I'll make something in the meantime," Kyoko replied soon afterwards. Makoto closed the door behind him and placed his hand over his mouth. "I need to cool my head." Makoto dazedly touched her lips. Who knew men's lips were so soft? Makoto soon Makoto later messaged to Kyoko's phones that he was on his way back home. Makoto messaged a return with Kyoko. Okay. Greeting up at the front door. "Kyoko, were you waiting for me? I saw your message earlier, so I thought that I should wait for you." Kyoko said as she took Makoto's briefcase. "Thank you very much, Kyoko. It smells nice. What did you make?" Makoto asked. "Seafood paella." "I can't wait to try it." Kyoko pulled on Makoto's sleeve, falling behind. "Would you like a kiss? Welcome back." As if unhinged by Kyoko's words, Makoto pulled Kyoko in his arms and kissed Kyoko for much longer. He then separated and placed his lips back on hers with a much more passionate kiss. I am losing it. Kyoko. Makoto. Makoto soon snapped out of his trance when he realized that he was kissing not Kyoko but Kirigiri-chan. I'm sorry, let's go have dinner. The two shared an awkwardly silent meal afterwards. How is it? Kyoko asked to break up the silence. It's delicious, just like the first time you made it. Makoto said with a bright smile. You fucked up. You fucked up. Kyoko felt disheartened by Makoto's words and dropped her fork. Makoto realized that he made an insensitive comparison with his wife Kyoko and Kiryu-chan in front of him. He had been trying to avoid comparing his future wife to the Kiryu-chan in front of him, but he failed when he accidentally compared their cooking. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant, Makoto quickly apologized. I'm sorry, it was bad. Kiryu-chan, as he picked up her plate and brought it to the kitchen. Kyoko felt jealous of her future self. Her future self was able to grow with Makoto and learn all of his tastes and what made him happy. Kiryu-chan felt it was nothing but a bother to Makoto and felt awful about it. I asked for the day off. I was wondering if you were a bit bored just staying at home. Out? Yeah, let's go somewhere nice like the aquarium. I got free tickets after all. Okay. Kyoko kept almost all of her old clothes, probably because she wanted to keep them for the memories or because a lot of them still fit her, so she felt no need to throw them away. Either way, Kiryu-chan did not have to go out and buy new clothes. Even so, her choice of clothing. Kiryu-chan had chosen to wear a white button-up shirt, one-piece dress with a miniskirt. It was definitely an outfit within Makoto's strike zone. Ever since Kirigiri-san got older, she started wearing more mature clothing. Makoto found it refreshing to see her youthful clothes again. She's my wife. Of course I am attracted to her regardless of her age. My heart happened to jump a little more than often than usual because the hem of her skirt and her was slightly raised above her beautiful legs to a very dangerous area each time she took a step. Just a simple tilt of her head and her underwear would most likely be visible. Makoto thought to himself. Other men started noticing as well and started positioning themselves in awkward poses. For him to have to do that, I felt a bit of shame for my fellow men, Makoto thought to himself. Kyoko, please stand here. Yes? Her oblivious nature to her own beauty and other men's glances had not changed. Makoto took off his cardigan and tied it around her waist to give it a little more length in the back, and discouraged the men still staring at her. It gets a bit cold in the train, so please wear this. I'm fine, Makoto. I am good with the cold. Won't you be cold as well if you give me your cardigan? I am good with the cold as well, Makoto says, or took her hand. I ran with her hand in mine to our train. This is all the warmth I need. I could not help but continue staring at my wife. She was still cool and mysterious, just like how I remembered. I could still remember like, clearly when I felt for her at this age, Makoto thought to himself. Kyoko suddenly turned from the window and met Makoto's gaze. Their faces were so close enough to each other for the best to touch. Makoto? Makoto immediately backed away and coughed slightly into his fist. Is there anything Makoto would like to do? Other than stare at my wife, Makoto thought to himself. I would like to have some local delicacies. They had a very fun time eating with him the local delicacies and sightseeing. We even got matching dolphin keychains together. Kyoko accidentally dropped her souvenir keychain in the middle of the road, which she bent over and a lewd strong blew her skirt upwards and revealed Kiryu-chan's panties. They were a cute crisp white with tie strings on the side. Makoto's nose began bleeding. Thank you, Reed-sama. Makoto thought to himself. Makoto, your nose is bleeding. Makoto and Kiryu-chan decided to make a stop at the bench. I'm sorry for ruining your handkerchief. I'm sorry for not accommodating you much better. If I was the older me, I'm sure I could have taken care of you better, Kyoko said. Kyoko, you are fine as you are. It was this you who I fell for the first place, Makoto said as he pat Kyoko-chan's head. I thought for sure that you fell in love with the older me. I see. You never noticed my feelings for you at that age, even though everyone else told me that my feelings for you were obvious. It actually took me until adulthood before I could work up the courage to show you my feelings. By some miracle, the older you told me you liked me too, Makoto said with a bright smile. What would you do if you cannot get the older me back, Makoto? Makoto was speechless for a moment. He never considered the idea of the older version of his wife never returning to him. I would be a bit sad, but at least you are still here. Without you, there is not one boring moment with you. Do you mind if we share a kiss? Kyoko asked. Of course not, Makoto said as he caressed Kyoko's head and rubbed her ears with his thumb. Makoto, my ears are a bit sensitive. Do you hate it when I touch them? No, it feels nice, Kyoko said as she leaned her head against Makoto's hand. Makoto lightly kissed Kiki-chan's lips and pried open her small mouth with her tongue and gracefully tasted the inside of her small mouth. After a while of passionate kisses, Kyoko grew to her original size. I am back. Makoto embraced her tightly in her arms. Thank goodness. Did you miss me that much? Seeing your younger years brings back a lot of memories. As I thought, this you is the best. I remember everything. I am sorry for troubling you for so long. It is nothing since we are married, Makoto said as he flipped Kyoko's wedding ring on her finger and hugged her again. Makoto is a bit tight. It's a bit tight. I'm sorry, Makoto, as he released her. Kyoko shook her head. I do not mind being hugged. Would you like to hug for a bit? Would you like to hug for a bit longer? Makoto asked. If it is not too much of a bother for you, Makoto slightly chuckled from his wife's shyness and brought Kyoko inside of his arms. It feels like forever since I have hugged you like this, Makoto, as he squeezed Kyoko. Makoto, it is tight again. I'm sorry, Makoto, as he said as he released her. I do not mind being held tightly. It just happens that I cannot keep my skirt down when you hug me like that, Kyoko said as she pulled on her miniskirt. Oh boy. Unfortunately, Makoto's cleavage, or what? Kyoko's cleavage became more noticeable when she tried to cover up her exposed legs. Kyoko, your chest is a bit more exposed when you try to cover up your legs. I suddenly feel ashamed of wearing such a cute style that does not suit me. But you kept that dress in your closet for so long. I never, I never got around to wearing it, and then suddenly I got fat. Kyoko was far from being fat. Kyoko had a slim waist and beautiful curves that made most women jealous, and Makoto was aware of that. Makoto tied his cardigan around Kyoko's waist. Would you like to continue our date here or end it here and go to our home? Makoto asked in Kyoko's ears. It feels strange when you talk in my ears, Kyoko said with a blushing face. If there is anything I learned from your younger self, it is that you do not necessarily hate me talking beside your ears, Makoto said as he rubbed Kyoko's sensitive ears. Oh boy, what does it say? Oh. Comments. Wait, okay. A date I will never forget. Oh boy. Kyoko, would you like to go out tomorrow morning? Makoto asked. Sure. What is the occasion? Groceries? I got some movie tickets and won some free food vouchers from a raffle ticket that flew and hit my face. I thought it would be perfect for a day if I were to use these when we would go out together, Makoto said. Date? Is this a date? Kyoko asked. Are you against going on one with me? Makoto asked. No, I would like to go. Absolutely, Kyoko said with a little more zest than usual. Kyoko soon collected her thoughts after coughing into her fist. It is wise that we partake in such activities once in a while for stress relief. Wait. It is wise that we take. It is wise that we partake in such activities once in a while for stress relief. Makoto said with a smile. Kyoko went to change into some sporty jeans shorts and an evergreen tank top, while with a white long sleeve button-up shirt as an overlay. Makoto changed into his casual green hoodie and wore some comfortable jeans and sneakers. I swear if it is that same hoodie. The two had decided to go to an amusement park on their day off and wanted to feel comfortable moving around. Just before meeting Makoto, Kyoko felt something was missing and decided to tie her hair into low twin tails. Oh, you look great! Your clothes and hair is especially cute today, Makoto as he marveled at Kyoko's new hairstyle. Isn't that weird? Kyoko as he twirled the ends of her hair. What's this one comment gotta say? That I had those for things. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll delete that though, because that's not for the videos and whatnot. Of course not! It looks great! Kyoko can pull off any look since you are so beautiful. That being said, let's go before the big rush, Makoto said as he held out his hand. Okay, Kyoko said as she took Makoto's hand. The two then traveled to the amusement park and wandered about the medium to extra thrill rides and then took short breaks in between to try some of the amusement park food. Makoto scooped out a spoon of the strawberry ice cream from his cup and held it towards Kyoko's mouth. Ah, ah. Kyoko took a bite and found sweetness filling her entire mouth. How is it? Makoto asked. More than the ice cream. Kyoko found Makoto's smile even sweeter. Sweet, Kyoko answered. Just then, a young girl had spilled her cold drink over Kyoko's legs. The mother quickly came by to apologize and take her daughter away. This is terrible. Let's clean up quickly, Makoto said as he kneeled down and began patting Kyoko's thighs with her handkerchief. Oh boy. It is really fine now, Makoto, Kyoko said shyly. Then let's head to our seats, Makoto said. Kyoko grabbed Makoto. What? Makoto grabbed Kyoko's arms and pulled her towards his body just before someone else collided with Kyoko again. Are you alright? Makoto asked. Yes, Kyoko replied dreamily. The two quickly found their seats. They continued to hold hands. Makoto held onto Kyoko's hand a bit more tightly and decided to lace his fingers with hers as the movie began playing. After 2 hours, the two exited the theater. It was a great movie, don't you think, Kyoko? Makoto asked. The killer was just too obvious. How can there be such a clumsy killer? He left too many clues around. Detectives could have done a better job if they were actually searching thoroughly for clues, Kyoko said in one breath. I'm sorry that you didn't like it, Makoto said sovereignly. The the part there they did depicted the coroner was quite interesting. She looked at the body thoroughly, Kyoko said. Did you like going to the movies? Makoto asked. I still prefer watching from home, Kyoko said as she slipped her hands into Makoto's hand and held it tightly. Kyoko, let's grab something to eat, Kyoko said. Yes! The two then went for some self-serving barbecue for dinner. Kyoko asked for some beer to go for a meal. Okay then. Makoto quickly suggested that Kyoko go for a beer option with lighter alcohol content so that she could enjoy her meal more. The two then shared a heartwarming meal and light-hearted conversation together. On their way home, rain started to drizzle on them before they could take shelter in their own home. Ugh, I am covered in rain, Kyoko complained as she tried to wring the water out of her skirt. Please take a bath quickly. I will get the bath started for you, Makoto said as he quickly went inside first and handed Kyoko a towel. I will, Kyoko said. Okay, enjoy your time then, Makoto said as he turned away. Kyoko soon pulled on his sleeve. Are you not going in with me? Makoto asked. Makoto scratched his chin nervously. Well, I thought you might be more comfortable going in alone, Makoto said nervously. Let's go in together, Kyoko said shyly. The two turned their backs towards each other, and as they undressed themselves from the soaking wet clothes, Kyoko was the first to finish her undressing herself. I will go in first, Kyoko said as she quickly went to wash herself first. I will go in right after, Makoto said as he continued undressing himself with shaky hands. The two then started an intimate yet slightly awkward bath time together. After drying themselves off and getting dressed in their bathrobes, they naturally found themselves back in their bed together. The warmth from being in the bathtub was slowly beginning to dissipate. As if trying to regain the same warmth again, their lips naturally melt each other. Oh. Makoto rested one hand on Kyoko's shoulder, while wrapping his arm around her waist with the other, and gently pushed Kyoko down onto the bed. The two lay on an exasperated sigh as if their beds had lined in sync. Kyoko noticed Makoto's lust-filled eyes and flushed expression. She shyly turned away and covered her lips with her hands. Kyoko, I want to know more about you, Makoto said in a daze. Me too, Kyoko said coyly as she turned back towards Makoto and removed her shy hands from her face. Is this fine then? Makoto asked as he put his hands on Kyoko's bathrobe. In these kind of situations, you can just go ahead. Makoto brought his lip towards Kyoko's pursed lips and kissed her as he moved his hand to the back of her head. He deepened the kiss and intertwined his fingers with Kyoko's hand. Kyoko. Makoto whispered enticingly in her ear as he made his way down to her neck and lightly pecked at it as he teased the tie around Kyoko's back with his fingers. Kyoko's body slightly shivered from the sound of his manly voice. Makoto. Oh. That morning, Kyoko woke up a little later than usual. Her hair was slightly tousled and her clothes were buttoned wrongly. The proof of their intimate night was all over Kyoko's body in the form of purple speckles. Kyoko covered her face in embarrassment and tried to put on her usual face in order to greet her husband normally. The smell of fresh pancakes soon met the bathroom. Kyoko quickly fixed her hair and changed it to some casual clothes. She then made her way towards the dining room while leaning against the wall for support on her unsteady legs. She had not fully recovered, rather she was greatly weakened under Makoto's great libido. Now I forgot to put on the music, but I highly think it'll matter anymore, but um thank you for sparing me what I had to probably read. And but other than that, the image is in my head, and now I am slowly decapitating my legs. It becomes scenes like this where, you know, when it gets a little like frisky, when when you're horny and whatnot, this doesn't matter as much. But when you're reading it out to an audience, you're realizing the amount of trouble you're putting yourself into, and the amount of and how the eyes on the audience can easily catch you into reading this stuff and whatnot. And so I'm putting myself in a position now where I really want to move away from this, but now it has all been said, and I'm processing this. Other than that, let's see what someone has to say. He pounded her ass till she couldn't walk. Yeah, I mean, virgin no more. Oh, you're a fucker. You're both fuckers. Good morning, Kyoko, Makoto said with his usual refreshing smile. Good morning. You could have slept in a bit longer. It is your day off, Kyoko. His innocent smile warmed up her heart. I caught a whiff of your breakfast. I could have brought it to you. I could not resist coming out, Kyoko said with a smile. I hope you like it, Makoto said as he served her breakfast. Everything you make is always delicious, Kyoko said. Again with the flattery, Kyoko, Makoto said with a shy smile. Makoto, are you not going to call me Kyoko like last night anymore? Kyoko asked curiously. Kyoko's question put Makoto into a fluster. I will work on Kyoko. I will work on calling Kyoko's by her name more often. Well, I already got that on lock, I guess. Makoto said shyly. You do not have trouble. You did not have any trouble calling me by by my name last night. Kyoko said. I was a little desperate. Makoto said. If I make you desperate more often, will I get to hear you say my name more consistently from now on? Kyoko asked. Makoto dropped his fork in shock of Kyoko's suggestion. If Kyoko makes me desperate, I will say your name as many times as you want, Makoto responded shyly. Then let's go on a date from more often from now on, Makoto, Kyoko said with a sly smile. Alright, well, um, this is the last one, right? This is the last one. Okay, we're here. My val. Makoto was hard at work in making chocolates for Kyoko in the kitchen for Valentine's Day. The two received a day off together, so Makoto decided to spend his day in the kitchen making sweets for all of his friends and younger sister. While stirring the chocolate in the pot, Makoto hummed a joyful tune to himself, unaware of his wife Kyoko slowly creeping up behind him. Kyoko slipped her arms underneath Makoto's armpits and laced her hands together by his waist as she nuzzled the nook of his neck. Kyoko, good morning to you, too, Makoto said shyly. Good morning, Makoto. Kyoko said as she began fondling Makoto's chest and weight. Wait, Kyoko, not here. I am making sweets, Makoto said. Uh, just a little. Kyoko pressed. Makoto got slightly irritated and turned around in Kyoko's embrace and lifted her up in her arms with her setting her down on the couch. Damn, this boy's gone stronger. I know. Please stay there, Kyoko, Makoto said sternly before going back into the kitchen. Kyoko complied and lay down on the couch while cuddling one of the pillows in her arms. Makoto prepared a hearty breakfast for the two of them. Afterwards, Kyoko helped Makoto wrap up the individual sweets made earlier. The two then decided to watch a romantic movie together on the couch and cuddle underneath a blanket. Kyoko. What is it, Makoto? Makoto passed a chocolate pearl to Kyoko through his own lips and smiled with a bashful expression. I made some chocolate pearls and put them into a small container so that you could carry them around in your pocket if you ever wanted to, Makoto said shyly. I made it with 60% cacao. I hope that is not too sweet. Kyoko suddenly pushed down Makoto and hovered over him with a sweet smile. It is definitely too sweet. I need medicine that only your lips have the cure to, Kyoko said as she pried Makoto's lips open with her thumb. Hey, yo! Kyoko. Kyoko caressed Makoto's cheek with her left hand and began kissing Makoto behind his ears and down his neck as Makoto's breathing became hot and heavy. I think your skin is a lot sweeter than the chocolate, Makoto, Kyoko said teasingly. Makoto suddenly sat upright while holding on to Kyoko's shoulders. We shouldn't be doing this kind of thing here, Kyoko, Makoto said bashfully. Why? Why? I I won't be able to think about anything else once I sit here, Makoto said as he turned his gaze and covered his mouth. I always thought that you were a closet pervert, Kyoko said teasingly. Maybe, maybe I am a pervert, Makoto said dismissively. Well, at least you ain't lying. Oh, these guys were reading during fucking class? You guys are weird, man. A husband that has a pervert towards his own wife? That is good news for me, Kyoko said as she slipped her arms around shoulders and her hands around Makoto's neck. Makoto hoisted Kyoko up in his arms with his arms wrapped firmly around Kyoko's knees and slowly walked towards the bedroom. It's a bit too early to say that. It's a bit too early to say that, Kyoko, Makoto said with a heated gaze. Later that night, Kyoko placed a heart-shaped box with chocolate on Makoto's nightstand while he was fast asleep. Happy Valentine's Day, Makoto. Kyoko whispered in Makoto's ear before lightly kissing his cheek. The next day, Makoto and Kyoko handed leftover sweets to their friends and colleagues. Thank you for the sweets, Kyoko-chan! Asuna said to Kyoko after she handed her sweets. Hope it suits your taste, Aoi. Hope it suits your taste, Aoi. Kyoko said. By the way, did you enjoy the holiday with Makoto, Kyoko-chan? Asuna whispered. Kyoko's cheeks grew 2 shades deeper against her snowy complexion. It was alright, Kyoko answered cryptically. Asuna soon noticed that the fresh bite mark in the shape of a perfect green on the back of Makoto's neck, just seeing him remove his hand from the back of his neck. Ha 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 ha! Marking your territory, I see, Asuna said teasingly. Yeah, he does have delicious tasting skin, Kyoko mumbled quietly. Makoto repeatedly touched the back of his neck throughout the day, unaware of the mark made on him during his sleep. Those that noticed chose to keep the sensitive information to themselves. After a few days, the mark slowly disappeared, leaving a strange, leave, leaving wait, leaving a strange bruise that stumped even Makoto, who had finally noticed the mark. When he asked Kyoko how he could have gotten the mark, she avoided the question and gave Makoto shoulder massage. So that's it. That's it. I am. Oh. Oh my god, dude. It's over. It's over, and yeah. These two. Wow. Yeah. Alright then. Well. Oh, okay. There's one. Well, it's over. It's over. I can rest in peace. I have to edit the first one, by the way. But thank you so much for coming by on this lovely day of this. Yeah. I hope all of you have a lovely time probably doing stuff while reading this. And yeah, um, peace, peeps.